The morning of November 13th, 2025, began with an unnerving quiet over Novo Ogaryovo, the opulent state residence on the western fringes of Moscow. Inside, senior Russian officials gathered for what was presented as a routine economic consultation. The presentations on screen were a carefully constructed facade, a performance of mundane statecraft. The real meeting, the one that mattered, was taking place 24 meters underground. There, deep beneath the ornate halls, Russia was secretly preparing a strategic move designed to reshape the entire European conflict, a plan its leadership believed was completely hidden from prying eyes. High above, gliding silently at over 12,000 meters, a Ukrainian LEA-100 Sentinel reconnaissance UAV operated beyond the reach of any Russian air defense sensor. Its advanced radar, capable of discerning objects as small as 3 centimeters, swept the landscape. In a single ghost-like pass, the drone gathered 2.7 terabytes of structural data, thermal data, and electromagnetic data. This digital X-ray pierced earth and concrete, revealing secrets Moscow had buried. The information painted a picture of a sprawling subterranean complex, a hidden city built for a new kind of war. Processed by Ukrainian analysts, the data revealed a shocking truth. Beneath Novo Ogaryovo lay a tunnel network stretching nearly 38 hectares, reinforced with blast-resistant concrete and fiber optic lines, engineered to withstand a 20-kiloton detonation. A 4.2-kilometer tunnel linked directly to the legendary Metro 2 system, 9 server vaults running nuclear strike simulations, and 3 command capsules for strategic missile authorization. Most alarming, a staging chamber for tactical nuclear deployment models aimed at Ukraine. An AI reviewing the scan flagged a rare designation, Level 9 Legend, a code reserved for a strategic strike chain capable of mass casualties. Within 49 seconds, the full dataset appeared in Ukraine's covert command bunker. Conversations ceased as the president and generals stared at the expanding map. This was no diplomacy. It was the prelude to a nuclear campaign, and time was running out. At 10:02 a.m., 30 meters beneath Kyiv, the underground command center grew colder. The final damning image detailed a 46-hectare complex with radiation shielding. Silence, born not of fear, but of consequence. General Mail Arno broke the quiet. His voice remained steady, a calm counterpoint to the discovery. If Moscow completes this choke node, they can strike 11 regions simultaneously. The assessment was absolute. Without hesitation, the deployment order went out. Operation Black Lantern was activated. It would unfold in 2 layers, each designed to overwhelm a different defense segment. Phase 1, a decoy storm of 230 long-range UAVs. UJ-26 Bober ER, Shmel 400, and upgraded Kestrel X variants, large enough to suffocate Moscow's radar network. Each carried a modest 30 to 50 kilogram warhead, credible and numerous. Phase 2, the true spearhead, a formation of 20 upgraded MiG-29s, stealth coatings, infrared dampening systems, and digital stealth modules reducing detectability by up to 87%. Armed with Kh-31P anti-radiation missiles, they were built to hunt and destroy radar. Novo Ogaryovo was guarded by 5 layers: FSO, jamming wall, Spetsnaz, S-400, and Panzer. Ukrainian intelligence identified 14 vulnerabilities, 2 of them fatal. We break all 5 layers in 1 hour. At 10:04 a.m., the order transmitted, begin Phase 1. Somewhere above the clouds, 230 signals flickered to life. The decoy storm was inbound. Do you believe Moscow's defenses could hold? We were about to find out. At 11:05 a.m., the first indicators appeared on Russia's western radar fence. 230 unidentified signals materialized, approaching from 3 different directions. For a moment, operators suspected a malfunction. It was no error. Phase 1 had begun. UJ-26 Bober ER drones spread into a wide arc at altitude. Schmel 400 units dove low, hugging the terrain. Kestrel X variants emitted thousands of false electromagnetic pulses, multiplying the swarm into nearly 900 phantom targets. Inside the Novo Ogaryovo bunker, alarms blared. DEFCON Omega. Full air defense release. Russia's 5-layered shield roared to life. FSO assault units scrambled, only to see their communications grid collapse under the electronic storm. Jamming sowed chaos before the first weapon fired. 2 S-400 batteries near Moscow launched their first salvo. 18 interceptor missiles streaked into the sky. The sky erupted with fiery explosions. 137 drones vaporized in seconds, their debris raining like metallic snow. The swarm adapted, switching to inertial guidance, navigating the chaos without external signals. Panzer S-1 batteries unleashed torrents of 30mm fire, draining ammunition reserves rapidly. It was the trap. Force Russia to expend its most valuable defenses. In a critical 9-second interval, as defenses reloaded and reoriented, 43 surviving drones dove toward Novo Ogaryovo, slamming into the reinforced dome and blowing it apart. Spetsnaz destroyed another 19 UAVs, but the shield was broken. High above, the MiG-29s began their silent descent. Section 4. The Spear descends. Precision in the chaos. At 11:21 a.m., a short power outage ended. Too late. Novo Ogaryovo's layers had been torn open. As the last burning fragments fell, 20 upgraded MiG-29s advanced from within a dense cloud bank. They descended in silence, no contrails, no exhaust plume. To Russian commanders, the sky looked empty. At 11:28, Falcon Group, commit, weapons free. 10 MiG-29s broke formation and dove. Internal bays opened, releasing 12 Kh-31P missiles. Engineered to hunt active radar, they streaked at over Mach 3. They annihilated the final operational radar nodes, shattering windows and flattening surveillance towers. 2 nearly empty S-400 launchers fired their last interceptors, destroying 5 incoming missiles. But 6 survived. It was enough. At 11:29, they tore through reinforced concrete and steel. Flames erupted across the courtyard, burying analysts and officers beneath meters of rubble. The second wave roared downward, releasing precision-guided munitions. 1 missile vaporized the encryption hub linking to Metro 2. Another tore open a tunnel entrance, collapsing over 600 meters. A third strike flipped a 13-ton Typhoon K like a toy. The battlefield devolved into chaos, fire, collapse, fractured command chains. For the first time in modern history, Moscow's shield was pierced by a coordinated foreign attack. The spear had fallen. The shield was gone. The last MiG pulled away, leaving a scar of smoke and flame. The most protected estate in Russia had become a ruin. Silence. Then the world reacted. And underground, the true destruction began. Sensors would soon tell the rest of the story. At 12:12 p.m., the final MiG pulled from its strike run, leaving behind a column of smoke visible from the highways outside Odintsovo. Novo Ogaryovo was now a desolate landscape of craters, twisted steel, and collapsing earth. Deep underground, sensors registered a sudden pressure spike, followed by a 3.8-meter subsidence beneath the west wing. Shock waves from earlier strikes propagated through the subterranean system. Within seconds, over 520 meters of main tunnel collapsed, sealing critical junctions to Metro 2. On the surface, rescue teams confronted chaos inside the ruined command dome. They found severe burns, and others trapped beneath meters of concrete and steel. Radio channels crackled with overlapping distress, from FSO, Spetsnaz, civil defense. But many rescue vehicles lay destroyed or immobile. At 12:14, a massive secondary explosion erupted beneath the courtyard. A 214-megawatt thermal battery reserve ignited. A shock column lanced 27 meters into the air, destroying remaining service corridors to the northern sector. The hidden city, reinforced chambers, simulation rooms, encrypted vaults, was functionally gone. The Kremlin tried a total communications blackout. Too late. Witnesses along the Rubliovka corridor were already uploading footage. Towering flames, thick smoke, overturned armored vehicles. By noon, over 61 million had viewed the first clips. At 12:17, a quiet message to allies. Metro 2 node deactivated. Strike successful. The strategic blade, hidden beneath diplomacy's mask, was shattered. A fortress built in secrecy had been destroyed in seconds because the enemy knew exactly where to aim. In the quiet aftermath, the world grappled with a larger truth. The attack lasted less than an hour, but its consequences spread worldwide. It struck not only a residence and underground complex, but an illusion of invincibility, a direct challenge to the myth of an impenetrable heartland, central to the Kremlin's projection of power. Analysts called it the most precise and audacious strike since the Cold War. Diplomats spoke of a geopolitical earthquake. Markets trembled as risk repriced. Intelligence in Washington and Berlin scrambled to reassess Moscow's architecture and vulnerabilities. The strategic balance required fundamental reevaluation. For Ukraine, the message was simpler and sharper. If an enemy hides weapons in the dark becomes the battlefield. Novo-Ogaryovo fell not from brute force, but from superior intelligence, timing, and a deep understanding of turning strength into weakness. Layered defenses built for conventional assaults were baited and dismantled asymmetrically. The Kremlin was left without its secret tunnel system, its nuclear planning node, and core infrastructure for its next campaign. More importantly, it lost the certainty of acting without consequence. As crews clawed through ruins and smoke drifted over Moscow's suburbs, a harsh realization spread. The war had reached the gates of power, and the gates had failed to hold. The strike was more than a successful operation. It was a lesson in modern warfare's evolution. A sophisticated blend of reconnaissance, swarming drones, and precision munitions overcame formidable static defenses. This was not brute force, but surgical dissection of a complex system. With precise intelligence, a weaker power can exploit seams for outsized strategic effect. The loss of a secret C2 facility hits capability and morale. It forces painful reassessments, disperse or harden. The psychology matters. The myth of invulnerable Moscow is shattered. It could invite caution or dangerous escalation. For Ukraine and allies, it validates intelligence dominance and innovation. Invest in platforms that unmask secrets and weapons that strike from unexpected vectors. Victory may favor not the most tanks, but the side that can see, understand, and act faster and more intelligently. This event will be studied as a prime example of asymmetrical warfare. It resets the strategic calculus and blurs the front lines. In an age of ubiquitous surveillance and precision weapons, secrecy is a fragile shield. The ability to orchestrate complex, multi-domain operations is the ultimate weapon. The next moves will decide whether this becomes a turning point or a catalyst for wider war. What began with an unnerving quiet may yet reshape the course of this conflict.